UCLA picks up its first win of the season, 42-21 over UNLV with the Los Angeles Times. Bill Plaschke, Lindsay Theory, and Ben Bolch. Bill, Josh Rosen, last week he was very blunt in a loss at Texas A&M that he didn't play well. Tonight he certainly showed up. He even threw a block for his running back.
Yeah, he was huge, Josh Rosen, tonight. It was all about, to me, Josh Rosen taking his team. It was early in the game. The score is tied 7-7. He gets flattened at midfield. He stands up, leads them on a touchdown drive in which he runs for a first down, and he throws a block that leads to Soso's touchdown, gives them a lead. They never lose. He comes back in the end, throws a great, ends up throwing runs for a touchdown, throws a touchdown pass. This is about tonight the resilience not only of UCLA but mostly of Josh Rosen taking UCLA on his back. And the way the defense played, Ben, he's got to put him on his back all year, right?
UCLA last week at Texas A&M lost in overtime. They come out against UNLV. Ben, it didn't look like that impressive of a performance by the Bruins. I asked Jim Moore about a lot of drops by his receivers after the game. He didn't really mention the drops. He was more focused on the catches.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had to be a little bit flipped there because there were drops everywhere, and almost every receiver, it seemed like, had one, especially there in that third quarter where they only had 48 yards. I mean, I counted at least 3 or 4 drops, probably more. And that's going to be concerning. I mean, that's a trend we've been seeing with this team that needs receivers that Josh Rosen can throw to. And right now, you know, there's not really a one go-to guy that's established himself. So that's concerning.
Bill, the Bruins now head to Provo, and then they return and play Stanford.
That's huge.
That's huge. What do you expect from this team?
Well, Provo could be a trap game because they're all looking to Stanford. Remember, that's the boulder that Jim Moore's got to push uphill, over the hill. He's never beaten Stanford, never beaten Oregon, not going to get to play Oregon this year. Stanford's been the thorn in his side. They've got to win that game in 2 weeks. But that's what makes BYU
and we're already skipping ahead to Stanford, and we're forgetting BYU.
And BYU had a tough loss at Utah tonight. The defense has got to get better. Eddie Vanderdoes looks like he was hurt. His other knee out at halftime in street clothes in the second half. Remember, last year when Eddie Vanderdoes went down, the defense collapsed.
Jim Morris said it's a strained knee for Eddie Vanderdoes. They'll continue to evaluate that. Bill just mentioned it, Ben, but the defense looked pretty soft through the third quarter, unable to really slow down the run. Johnny Stanton gave them fits as a mobile quarterback. Wasn't this what they worked on during training camp?
Yeah, I mean, they used the hashtag #StopTheRun2016, and some people might say they should delete that account at this point based on what we've seen so far. But give them credit. You know, I think at one point UNLV converted like 8 of 12 third downs, and in the fourth quarter they couldn't get the ones they needed. Randall Goforth came up with a pair of interceptions. Fabian Moreau had a key third down pass breakup. So it was kind of like a bend but don't break situation, and UCLA got it done when it needed to.
A few flashes of greatness, a few things that the Bruins will definitely need to clean up before they go to Provo. With Bill and Ben, I'm Lindsay. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, don't forget him.
The lawnmower. All right, we'll see you next time on the Los Angeles Times.